Hello, my name is Christina Reese, and tonight I am here to talk to you about why tattoos in the workplace should be covered up, coming from someone who has 18 tattoos. Now, although some of my tattoos are not visible, many of them are, including the ones on my wrists, legs, and neck. I haven't always felt that tattoos in the workplace should be covered, though. I've been getting tattoos since I was 18, and almost every employer I've ever had has told me that my tattoos needed to be covered, and for a long time, I never really understood why. I mean, I think we can understand that if my tattoos were offensive, vulgar, or poorly done, they should be covered. But my tattoos aren't any of those things. They represent things that I love or am passionate about. Now, currently, I work as a receptionist, and from day one, my employer told me that I need to cover up my tattoos at work. Oh, thank you. As some of my customers might find them offensive. One day, I'm working at one of our clinics where management doesn't work out of, and I decided to wear a 3/4 sleeve top because it was hot, which meant my wrist tattoos would show. The first few patients come in, no one notices, and no one even cares. Then in walks a couple who starts asking about my tattoos, which brings up my first reason on why tattoos need to be covered up, and that is because they're a distraction. Depending on the day, I can have anywhere between 50 to 100 people I need to assist with paperwork, collecting money, all while answering phones and getting other tasks completed. But I can't get this work done because I'm busy distracted with silly questions from folks like, is that a real tattoo? Did it hurt? What's it mean? This sweet couple who I know were just curious would not stop with the questions, and when I would politely explain that I needed to answer the phone or help the next person, they'd step aside and then wait until they thought I was free again to discuss my tattoos. So this brings me to my next reason on why you should cover your tattoos, and that's because people love to bond with you over them, just like that couple. I'm pretty antisocial and don't like most people, so when my coworker came to me one day in the break room, she noticed I had a tattoo on my neck. She then starts to tell me and show me the tattoo on her neck, which was a Japanese symbol for empowered, and how we will be such good friends because we have this connection with tattoos. My last reason why tattoos need to be covered in the workplace is because people love to naturally judge each other, and having a tattoo invites so much judgment. That same day that couple was asking me millions of ridiculous questions, a little old lady comes in, and as I'm checking her in, she literally grabbed my wrist and says to me, "You do know tattoos are permanent, right?" She then tells me how I've destroyed my temple of a body and begins to tear into me. Of course, being in a customer service role, I just smiled and nodded. Of course, most people would say, well, who cares what she thinks? If she's going to judge you, that's her problem. Well, that's kind of true, but then I had an interesting experience that changed that point of view for me. I was on a business trip in Klamath Falls, and as I was checking into my hotel, I noticed the gal helping me had a name tattooed onto her wrist. So doing to her what I hate people do to me, isn't that cute? I strike up a conversation about her tattoo and ask if the name on the wrist is for her son. She tells me, oh no, that's my boyfriend's name. We got each other's names tattooed on our wrists for our 2-month anniversary. And I was like, oh my God, this is the dumbest human being I've ever met. But worse, I immediately start to think negative thoughts about the hotel because how could they hire someone that makes such obvious bad life choices? And then it dawned on me, and I had kind of an Oprah aha moment. I might not care what people think of me or my tattoos, but maybe I should care that my choices in life and how I portray myself to the public affect how people view my employer, because as the first person our customer sees when they enter the building, I'm their first impression of the company. But not everyone agrees with that. When I brought that point up to another coworker who has tattoos and is constantly fighting with management about wanting them to be allowed, she disagreed with my moment. She said, no one cares about tattoos. They allow us to express ourselves in our individuality. Well, I believe that she's wrong, and I have some facts to back that up. I found a poll on the Huffington Post online, and it was in a yes or no survey. They asked people, do you like tattoos? And 58% responded with the answer no. When asked why, the top responses were that there was a negative stigma attached to people with tattoos, such as it makes them look dirty, they look like criminals, or drug users. So despite what mine or your tattoos look like, it's fair to say that if more than 50% of the population dislikes them, then it can be bad for business. So please, folks, cover your tattoos. Let's avoid workplace distractions and judgment, and let's get back to work. Thank you.